hey, I'm a real person, you're a real person, maybe you can relate with what I'm about to show you. So here's the deal. I like to be as transparent as I possibly can be, not only in real life and real person to person, but also on my YouTube channel. I'm going to bear it all and show you my second sewing room, so to speak, sewing room. That's where a lot of the excess fabric is, a lot of the projects that I've done already, or just like a catch-all type room. I don't know. I debated on whether or not I was going to share this with you or not. Not only am I just going to show it to you, I'm going to try and clean it up so that it's somewhat presentable. Enough talking already. Let's get busy showing you what I look at on the daily. Oh no. So here you can see we're leaving one room, which is the main room that you all know about, which is the sewing channel, where I do almost all of my filming. As I pull out a little bit, I can show you here my air purifier. My husband bought me this air purifier for this whole area because of all of the fabric dust and everything. So that's really good to have one of those, and I'll link that below too. Are you ready, friends? It's right next door. Here we go. This is the room. I have my light set up here so you can see a little bit. I pulled the curtain down. This is the view, and you know what? This door stays shut most of the time. So let me just get over this fear and just show you all. So when you walk in, right away you can see here there is a quilt rack back there with some of my older quilts on it. And here I have my Juki extension table that's behind the door here. A bag of zippers, a box of fabric that's from the other room with fat quarters in it that should have been put away, that never was. This is an extra camera stand for when I'm filming if I need to have another one. This is my big table that in a lot of my earlier videos, my Sullivan table, that some of you have probably seen already. And right now it's just a catch-all. Right? The opposite of this wall right here is where I have my design wall, where Di from Sister Chicks made me that new quilting design wall, which is absolutely beautiful. That's on the other side of this wall. This was my daughter's bedroom when she was here full time when she was growing up, and then my actual sewing room that you see all the time was my son's bedroom from childhood. So we can see here some just scattered stuff on the floor, right? From just things, mock-ups and different things that I had going on. So let me just pan the room real quick and then I'll get my phone stand and we can get busy looking at what all I have. I mean, it's madness, right? So if you walk over here, I mean, look, piles and piles and piles and piles of fabric. And these bins right here have like flannels and different things in them. Try not to make you dizzy. Once I get my phone stand, we should be good. This bin is full of my batiks and other stuff that my mom has given me that I just keep it separate because I know what's in there and I know if I need something, I can just, you know, dig through it. Oh yeah, fabric. Those are my cardboards for when I do my starching. I unfold them and lay them out, and they collect a lot of the wetness from the starch so that it doesn't pool on the fabric as it dries and make streaks. There's my little shadow box. It's got a few sewing things in it. It's just up there because I have nowhere else to put it. I made this, one of my first videos was on that improv quilting wall hanging thingy. My grandbaby's pack and play, which it's kind of just set aside now because my grandbabies are older, but I have my new one coming, so I don't know if I should keep it in here or I don't know what I should do with it. I don't know what to do with half the stuff I have. So yeah, there's my Christmas fabric all down there spilling out, and then here's just random fabric. Pillow forms. A lot of this is flannel up here because I was making flannel receiving blankets and flannel burp towels or rags for my new granddaughter that's coming. We have some fabric that was on sale there at Joann's. There's some batting way up there. So I don't know if you can see the top there. Here's, you know, randoms, I tell you, just piles and bins of just craziness. This machine right here is for the bottom of t-shirts and different hems, and I forget what the heck it's called because I've only used it a couple times and I hated it, and so it sits down there. It's a Janome. Oh, what is it? What is that machine called that does the pretty stitching, like along the bottom, like, it does the bottom hems of t-shirts. What's that? Overlocker, is it? Or it's not a serger. I don't know. I'll know here by the end of this video and I'll pop it here as a text. So yeah, let me get my phone stand and we'll get busy looking at all this. This is so overwhelming to me, it really is, but I'm going to do it. I really am. So I was sitting here looking at it thinking, okay, so I have, first off, I see a ton of zippers. Well, wait a minute. First, before the zippers, this pile right here is for my new granddaughter. This is the clown quilt and some receiving blankets, and then, a couple cute little shoes that I got her. And I'm going to put this with the other pile of stuff in the other room that I have because her baby shower is this weekend. So I need to make sure that this all gets wrapped up and put in there. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, I have one more thing in the closet that I need to grab that's hers. This is one of the car quilts that I made, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I can't even remember now. I made two, one for my one set of grandkids and now for my new granddaughter that's coming. So I need to put this stuff with the other stuff. So since I'm going to sort zippers, I'm going to put this down here. This bin right here has all of my sticky stuff in it, I call it. Like the sticky powder that I tried one time, the Quilter Select, that I really didn't like. So you know what? I think I'm just going to throw it out because it kind of all opened up in here anyways. So this is garbage. But see, I shouldn't be going through this right now. I'm going to wait to go through the rest of this. But that's just the one thing I saw right away. It has my hot glue gun. It has some clips in it and zip ties. And so that's why I call it like my sticky stuff. So I'm going to set this aside on the floor. This is just a random bin of fabric. I don't know. So we're going to set that aside because I need to clear off my table so that I can sort. Got a ribbon. Oh, dear. Here's another tape measure. Zipper. These are my traveling project bags that I made on my channel. Super cute. It houses some glue and my light when I travel, that goes around your neck. This light, right there. It might need charged because I haven't traveled since I went to Idaho. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay. You can turn that off. I'll link that below too. That's, a really good item when you're traveling or if you're in the dark somewhere and you need, you have handwork. I want to focus on one thing at a time. This is some, oh my word, I have too much. This I actually forgot about the other day, and I saw it hanging in my other sewing room, and I'm like, what's in that Joann's bag? And here it was, this beautiful navy gauze that I had forgotten that I had bought. So yeah, we need to find a home somewhere in this room for it. So I'm gonna set this aside. This is garbage. More zippers. Zipper. This is fabric right here that needs to go back to the sender. Oh my word. This is from ineedfabric.com, and I bought it because I thought maybe I would use it in the clown quilt, and it said that it was quilting cotton, but can I tell you this is the worst fabric I've ever bought in my entire life. Do not order from them. It's called ineedfabric.com. Do not order from them. Worst ever. And I have 3 yards of the worst ever quilting cotton. I would never put this in my enemy's quilt. Not that I have any enemies, but you know what I mean, right? It's the drape is hideous. No, this is a no. Here's some extra floss. I ordered that floss for my hand embroidery and my hand stitching, my big stitch quilting. And I have the other half in the other room that's close to my quilt. Beautiful, by the way, all of you, thank you, who told me to get the DMC, the balls. So thank you for that tip. Leftover batting right here from one of the car quilts. It was the Poly Extra Loft that was not as lofty as the other stuff that said Extra Loft from the same company. So that was weird. But I'm going to set this over here because this is not where this goes, friends. It's just not. Okay, so this is a bag of strapping. So I'm just going to shove that in the bag. until we deal with it. And this is some vintage fabric that I had, isn't it cute? These are the rest of the project bags that's on my channel. Gauze, and this is left over from the second batch that I ordered of the clown fabric. I'm actually in the middle of making a gauze and quilting cotton blanket for my new granddaughter that's coming, so hopefully I get that done. I'm not doing a video on it, but maybe I'll put it on one of my posts or something. I don't know. Here is a random loose leaf, nice ruler. Hey, I've been looking for this. This is my 5.5-inch ruler, and it's been buried, right? Oh, okay, so this goes in the other room. So let me just set that down there. Let's set this aside. Okay, this is a random lid. So now I have all of my zippers I think that I own. Okay, friends, this is how overwhelming the zipper population is in this second sewing room. Oh my word, like for real. This is nuts. So I can't take the blame for all of this. A lot of it I have picked up along the way at sales and different things like that. But a lot of this also comes from my mother's stash, where she was just done, you know, using the zippers and whatnot. So that just led us to all this right here. But I do want to share with you these ones over here. Let me show you. These ones my mom had in her stash, and they're really nice. They're really decorative. They have this, you know, decorative look to it. And these right here unzip, and they're pretty long. They're for purses and such. So I'm definitely going to keep those, and a lot of what I just recently bought for different projects and such. A lot of these are for wide, you know, purse zippers and stuff like that. So I really do want to keep a hold of those. All of these zippers right here that you see are all the YKK zippers. So it's all quality. It's not any junk at all. And most all of these, 99% of them that are in the packages, are all Coats and Clark. So pretty good, right? This is the pile right here that I've decided to keep, along with maybe a few of the other colors, and maybe a few in here that I think I might use in the future. I don't know, it's hard to say because you never know what you need, right? Until you need it. Just so you know, this took a long time to sort out. So we may not get done today. We may have to do a few days. I don't know, because this took a long time. So I do have an eBay account, and I was thinking maybe I could just put these in lots and put them up on eBay for sale, and maybe some of you could take advantage of that. Let me put them in lots and see what I come up with, and you know, maybe we'll have like a 99-cent startup on the auction. Whatever I make on this will go right back into the sewing channel. So I have these 5 bags, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I've already split them up to where, you know, what I wanted as far as the packaged zippers as opposed to the not packaged ones. And now I'm just, you know, trying to even out the piles color-wise, and then keeping the ones that I know that I'll use, like the pink ones, because you know I got that other granddaughter coming, right? Okay, friends, this has been a long, you know, couple hours trying to get this done. I mean, it takes that long to sort through all of the zippers and find out what I'm going to keep, find out what I'm going to sell, and then to divvy them up, you know, into 5 different containers for sale. I ended up with about 39, 40 zippers per bag. That is a lot of zippers that I will never make all these things. There's absolutely no way. So if these don't sell, I will just send them off to the Goodwill. Right before I put these in the bag, you saw them all laid out here on my table. That's how I would take a picture, you know, for eBay, just to make sure that people have a really good eye gate right to what they're buying. Now, I still have to list all these, and you know what? I haven't even done anything else. I've only cleared the table so that I could sort these zippers. Yeah, so I didn't get very far, did I? But I did get through the sorting of these zippers, which is really good. This is the bag that I decided to keep. I may be crazy, I don't know. I mean, I will never get to those, but there's all sorts of colors. There's the real pretty embroidery ones from my mom, and you know, I don't know. I tried to save the right colors so that if I do need a color, you know, I have it and I don't have to go to the store. Oh, please, if I buy another zipper, I want you guys to take my credit card from me. I surely will not need to go buy another zipper for the rest of my life, right? So we may end up having to come back tomorrow and turn my camera on, so we'll see. I mean, of course, I know I'm going to need another day. There's only maybe a couple more hours left in today to work, and I don't think I'm going to get to much else, so yeah. But hey, now you know where to go and get some zippers if you need some. Day 2. Okay, these are all of the zippers that I bagged up for eBay. I'm going to just stick them into this bin right here. I'm going to put them right up here on this top shelf. This is what I've decided anyways. And any more eBay stuff that I come up with along the way, I'm going to just package it up, list it, and then put it up there in that bin so that when it does sell, if it sells, I can just box it up and send it to whoever buys it. So where to put the zippers that I'm keeping? So I think I'm just going to set this out in the hallway because it doesn't have a spot just yet. I'm going to keep sorting through other things, and then hopefully I can get some sort of organization here on these shelves, which there is none right now. So I'm going to set this aside because we just don't know yet. So I've got my coffee here because we are going to get some stuff done. I keep saying we, but since you're coming along with me, I'll keep saying we, I guess. I don't know. But it's just me in here, friends. That's it. Me and all of this crazy. So what I've grabbed from over there is a box of elastic and some ribbon, I think, is mixed in there, and some yarn. That goes over there. This is that strapping that we talked about earlier, that I talked about earlier. And this is a box of ribbon and some other stuff. I'm going to do it though. I've been wanting to sort through all this, but just really haven't had, you know, the whatever in me to do it. So I'm going to do it today only because I think I'm doing a video for it, and this is going to help me get through it. Knowing that I'm going to be putting content out there for you helps me to know that I'm helping you maybe in some way to relate, and hopefully to get you going so you can get through all your stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what's going to keep me going. You. You're going to keep me going. All right. Oh, enough procrastinating already. So I already know that I have a bag of strapping. So this is going to go right here. And I know that this right here is from a purse that I wanted to keep this leather strap, but the purse kind of busted up. It's one of those bandolier purses and strapping. So this is nice leather. So I'm going to put that in with the strappings. And that's what I do a lot of times too. I'll save like purse strappings, like this is a red one and it has a clasp, lobster claw clasp on both sides. And so if I make a bag that has red in it, I can just clip this to it and then all of a sudden I have a leather strap. So that's a really good tip. I do that a lot. And I have a black one in here that's already done up. I mean, it's manufactured from the store and it's in really good quality, so I just keep it. Which one do I go through first? This is what makes sorting so hard. I just don't know what to do first, but then when I get going, I can do it, right? Let's just do the ribbon because the ribbon looks easier than that elastic. Okay, so I already have the bag here started. So I already see ribbon. There is some ribbon in here, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Well, this ribbon I am right here. This is twill, But how much is left? It doesn't, well, I don't know. There's quite a bit left. So this is twill. Do I put twill in the ribbon or the strapping? Oh, I think I'm going to put it in the ribbon. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. See, this is why my room is the way it is, because I don't take the time to do this kind of stuff. I don't. I just don't. It's who I am. I don't know. Are you like that? Oh, it's hard to be like that, but it's the truth. Okay. These are spools. So I'm going to dump this out. Elastic. But I don't know that I'm ever going to use that. Maybe on a little skirt with a little crinoline. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll save that. Pink elastic. That elastic, that goes over here. So that goes over here in this bin. This is ribbon pile. Here's some random bobbins in here. Class 15. Does my Juki DX take these? This is Singer. I don't know. I don't know what to do with these, so I'm going to set these right there. This is Rick Rack, goes in ribbon, pink ribbon. I have these tiny, rubber bands for hair that is supposed to not hurt when you put it on, those little, cheapy things. So I just rolled up this ribbon, and I'm just going to pop one time over on there. So that way it just keeps the ribbon together. This is strapping. That goes in there. This is some sulky, really metallic-y thread. Pretty. I don't know why that's in there. All right. So we'll set that with the bobbins because we don't know what we're doing. See, I have a lot of random stuff for sure. These little rubber bands are handy. Holy cow, I didn't know how handy. And once around, you can see keeps it. Huh. So when we buy those fat quarter bundles or whatever at the store, or we order them, they come with this ribbon, right? I stopped saving these ribbons a while ago because it just got to be too much. I really don't need all these ribbons. Unless it's really, really pretty, I'll save it. But you know what? You can buy a whole spool for like $1.97 at Walmart, I think. So yeah, I'm going to not keep these. Sorry if you like to save those, but this is a tiny piece of ribbon I will not use. This goes into my bag making box or whatever, so I need to make sure that that finds its way. Sorting out those ribbons didn't really take as long as I thought it would, but I wanted to share with you this little find here. You get 6 in a box for I think $1.25, and this is at the Dollar Tree. What makes this different is that these are 2-gallon bags, and I love this because I can still see through it, whatever I put in it. That's why I like these bags. Invest in those if you're like me and you need to see your stuff. I can't believe that this is all the ribbon that I have. Maybe there's another bin around here. I don't know, but I really didn't save that much. I mean, it doesn't look like a whole lot, really. I don't know. Put these in here. I did save a few of these little ribbons that came off of packages. I don't know, because I don't have those colors, so yeah. Let me just stick all these in there. This bow is actually my granddaughter's, so I don't know why it's in there. So that's all there is in there. Wow. Okay, I'm going to keep that open because I think there probably may be more somewhere in this room. I don't know. Okay, let's dump out this. This is a bias tape maker right here that I bought online, and I've never used it. But now that I'm looking at it, this little stiletto tool right here, I think I'm going to bring this in the other room. I didn't know this existed in here. Huh, that might be worth the money that I paid for this that I never use because I make my own. This is going to go over next door. This is nice. Oh, yeah, I don't know what I don't even know if I even opened this to even know that that was what was in there. I don't know. So this might go off to the Goodwill. Yeah, This Goodwill flex lace, that's going to go. This is fishing wire. Oh, I don't know why I have that in here. Probably I was doing something crazy. Who knows? This garbage, it's all tangled. This can go down by my husband's workshop, I think. This is that twine. Yeah. Or to the Goodwill. I don't know. I probably got it at the Goodwill. Who knows? So let me start a Goodwill pile. Goodwill. I'm on the fence with that. Strapping. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to grab one of these and I'm going to put all the things that don't go in these bins that I've been pulling out, like this buckle and these bobbins and this thread and this bias. And I'm going to just put them in a bag somewhere so when I do come across that bin, I can just throw it in there, right? Okay, this is the strapping. I mean, even though these are small, you never know if you need like a little loop on a purse or something. I don't know. I save them. So this is all that strapping that I saved that was in that bag. And look, they're, you know, nicely tidy, right? And here's all the extra strapping that comes off of purses that I get at the stores. So I'm just going to shove this all in this bag. I like to keep things in bags like this because they're easily just pulled out of the bins. Like say I wanted to put these two together in a bin, they're separate. So that's why I like to use the bags inside of bins. Plus it's a lot easier if I'm in this room and I need to grab strapping for over there in my sewing room where I film my YouTube videos. I just take, instead of the bin, I just grab the bag out. I don't know. It makes sense in my brain somehow. So we will just put these in here. We'll put this back here. And I'm going to set the strapping right next to that ribbon. Okay, let's get into, should be elastic in here, but I see ribbon in here. So the ribbon's not over yet. I can see right away I have these right here. These are little elastics with the little, I don't know, what are those called? What are those things called that catch, you know, when you put in something, it has that little metal thing. I don't know what the name of that is, but I use these for the masks. When we were doing masks, they were really nice because the elastic, you know, would connect onto the ear, and then this little, so I have a ton of these right here. It's crazy. I mean, we're not really doing masks anymore, but this is really good elastic. But what would I use it for? I don't know. See, that's the hard thing. I don't know how to justify. This is a ribbon from Free Spirit. So I wanted to save this because it said Free Spirit and it was pretty ribbon, right? Ribbon is not over. The ribbon bin. It's not over. So this is ribbon, ribbon. Oh my goodness, I thought the zippers were over. Okay, zipper. Oi. Okay. This is elastic. This is a leopard elastic. From one of my viewers, Terry Bishop, the same one that sent me some of those ribbons that we went through, the ones with the little roses and such. She sent me a big box of stuff one day, and it was just crazy sweet of her, really. Oh, the elastic, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the ribbon to keep it under control. So let's see. So this is elastic, elastic, ribbon, ribbon. This is boning that I picked up at the Goodwill. You know what? I don't think I'm ever going to use it, so I think I'm going to give it back to the Goodwill. At the time, I was making the masks, and I really thought, oh, maybe I could use that in the masks, but no. Oh my word, what's in here? This is a little pouch that I made, one of my very first tutorials. It's so cute. It's in here. It houses, oh yeah, It houses these little bobbin holders when you can put them on the little spools, but I don't really use them anymore because I don't have little spools. I use the big spools, the industrial size spools now, because I just go through so much thread. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. Here's some clothesline. Now this right here rope is for making the baskets, right? The rope baskets. So I don't know if I should keep it, maybe I should put it in strapping, right? Because it's not ribbon. So I'll think on that. So this is all the elastic that I bought online when the masks were really happening, going down. And I'll never forget how it came. How this comes, it comes nice and neat when you look at it, but then when you go to unravel it to make what you're making, it's a hot mess. And you have to literally cut into it to get the tangles out. So I'm thinking, what would I use this for, friends? It's for ears, it's comfort. Should I give it to the Goodwill? Maybe someone's got a use for it, because I don't. I mean, what would I use it for? I don't know. I mean, I paid good money for it, but it doesn't mean, you know, I'm going to use it, right? So I'm gonna put it in the Goodwill pile, because I think I have more of that actually down in the basement, which is another spot where my stuff is. Actually down in the basement I do have another pile, but I'm not going to show you that today, friends. Come on. It has a lot of, I don't know what, how could I explain it? I may bring some of it up once I get things organized. It has some of my vintage tablecloths and things. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, that my daughter's been collecting for me, and she just, you know, gives it to me. So, yeah. It's going to go in the basement with the other yarn. I have a bag down there of yarn, my yarn stuff. It's in the basement. My stuff is everywhere. My husband's like, is there any room left for me in this house? No, there's not. So some of you might remember this. Super soft. Remember Quiltness? Oh yeah, remember when I couched I think that's the correct term, couched the pretty chenille, soft, velvety yarn onto the Christmas quilt, making it like snow. Oh, I love that quilt. I forget who ended up winning that. It's hard to give that one up. That was one of my favorites. Yeah. So this is going to go with the yarn in the basement. So I grabbed the zipper bag from the hallway and put these two zippers that I found in here, and I'll have to put this back out in the hallway. I found this amount of ribbon in there, so where's our ribbon bin? Stick that right in there for ribbon. This is all the elastic right here that I found. So I'll stick that in this bag. I don't think I have any more of this kind of bin anywhere, but we won't close any of these because, you know, we don't know what's going to happen. Find more, I don't know. Strapping, ribbon, and elastic. That's pretty good. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. All this stuff I'm going to take right now down to my crochet bag. I'll put this on my husband's workbench along with this rope. Yeah, I'll be back. This is that box of sticky stuff. So we have zip ties, we have hooks, fabric, tacky glue, some of these clips. But you know what? I don't like these clips because they're not very good. So I'm going to give these to Goodwill. Maybe someone will find some joy in them. I don't know, because I sure didn't. More hooks for my rulers. Hooks. Here's a sticky. This is the hot glue gun with the hot mat with some glue sticks are in there, so that's a yes. Mod Podge, yes. Actually, you know what? I think I'll just take these hooks out and I'll put them in this little bag. Take them out of the package and just plop them all in there, right? Save me some space with all this packaging. I use the generic clear hooks from the Dollar Tree, and then I buy the actual command hook or command sticky because this is way better than the sticky that comes with this. If you use this one that comes with it, you won't be able to get it off, but you will be able to be damage free if you buy the real 3M stickies, right? So there's a tip for you. Let's go through this. These are hooks, hook, hook. Now here is the stickies, some of the stickies. I want to keep these separate. These binder clips, they need to not be here. Let me find another spot for those. Put that in the don't know where to put it pile. This here, garbage. So I got a little baggie here for all of the sticky part of the hook. And I'll just shove those in there because I know I have some somewhere else. I'm almost positive because I always forget what I have because it's all not in the same spot. So yeah. So I have the sticky and I have the hooks in here. So that will go right there. All right. So this bin will probably get filled up with more things that are sticky, so to speak. So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh. You know I'm dreading doing the fabric, right? I'm dreading it. Probably going to be getting rid of a lot because I don't need all this. There's no way. This is currently all the batting that I have on hand. And by that I mean my stuffing too. This is my polyfill, although I do have the box down in the basement that has the rest of my polyfill, but I keep a bag of it up here so that I don't have to run down in the basement and get it when I need it because the box is just too big and it takes up way too much space. This has a lot of wool batting scraps in it. Here's some just regular cotton scrap. I leave the one packaged cotton batting up there already because that's kind of where I want it to be, is up in there. This is the polyester batting that I talked about earlier. So I'm going to try and fold this and get these into bags. A lot of the scraps in it right there. Stick that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, the sky is falling. Yep, it sure is. So I'm going to stick that like that. Stick. Should I bring that down and stick this up there? These two red bins contain. Oh, they open like that. Okay. A lot of my Christmas fabric. Remember I said Christmas fabric was spilling over down here? Well, it's kind of neatly put in these two red bins, so yeah. So let me get this off of the top shelf here. Here's some strapping. So we need to put this in the strapping bin. Set that over there. This is the polyfill. Stick that over there. And this is the pillow form. I should probably switch these out because I'll use that. Whoop. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, that's not staying there. So I'm gonna put the pillow form up here and the polyfill. Yeah, that's a better move, I think. Stay. Oh dear. Polyfill. And then I'll put this batting here. Yeah, that's better because I won't use the pillow form and the polyfill near as much as I will this right here. I feel like we're making a dent, but then when I look around, I'm like, no, you ain't really because you haven't got to the fabric. So I just got back from lunch and now I'm looking and I'm like, oh my word, it's overwhelming again, right? But once you get into it, things kind of, you know, you get a groove and whatnot. So hopefully we can get a groove now after lunch. But I have taken down like these blankets and things, these nice soft minkies. These I use on the backs of a lot of my quilts. And this one, I actually got all this on sale. It was like so cheap. It was like $1 or $2 a yard at Joann's. I mean, it was insane. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy a bunch of this minky because I can use it somewhere, right? You think that as you're buying it, and then after you're at home and it's with you for the next couple years, you're like, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to use that, right? That's where we're at. I'm thinking my goal is to get that old desk out of here and maybe put the black shelving on top of here so it gives me an extra shelf. I don't know. This right here is flannel and flannel, so I just put it on the top of those bins for now because I know that that's where I keep my flannel. This bin has this in it, which I never liked at all. It was the, you know, the slide slippery, I don't know, whatever thing it was. It didn't work, I didn't think, but, you know, some people like it and I didn't. This is actually some wash away embroidery stabilizer that my mom had given me, which I don't know that I'll ever use it. I'm going to put this bin over here somewhere because I think I'm going to have to go through that. This is flannel, flannel. So this bin down here, I found this bin and oh my word, it's like too much, right? It's just too much. So in this bin, I have my cam snap plier thingies and oh dear, no, we don't want to open this bag up and lose it. No. This is some bag hardware, some purse hardware. So my hardware bin for all my purse and totes and stuff is over in my other sewing room. So I'm going to keep this aside and go through this bag. Eventually I will. I don't know. There's more than that in here too, I think. There's, oh, I don't know. There's Velcro. I was looking for this. Oh my goodness. I was looking for this Velcro the other day. That's considered sticky. So I should probably just set this in here and I'm going to go through this when I go through all that wash away embroidery stuff. So that'll be next. This is brand new ribbon. We know where that is, out in the hallway. I'll put that away here in a sec. So I'm going to try and get this off of here, this fabric here, and then the fabric off of that, and put that bin up here and get rid of that desk. We'll see. I'm going to fill my table up again. Let me get this out of the way. A lot of this is scraps. Oh my goodness. Let me set this down here for now. We'll just leave that right there. I mean, I totally dislike brown fabric. I really do, but I have a lot of it because when I was doing that fall quilt for my mom, I tended to have too much afterward. Just a lot of leftovers. So I'm going to have to go through all this fabric because I do not want all this fabric anymore. I just really, it's weighing me down, you know? I mean, we'll see as I go through it how much I really get rid of, though. I mean, like, look at this. I think this is a newer buy. Look at that. Is that precious? Hopefully you can see. And look at this. I think these are newer buys when Joann's was just, my Joann's anyway, was going out of business. This, oh my word. Yeah, okay. I mean, I even have a bunch of fabric over in my sewing room. And that's mostly like my fat quarter bins. Like when I first showed you the room, these bins. So I have a bunch of these over there and they're color coded. And they mostly have fat quarters in them. Yeah. This is flannel, cotton, whoops, cotton, flannel, cotton, canvas, cotton. This one, I had never seen this before at Joann's. I don't know if you can see this. But when they were going out of business, I bought the whole bolt because, yeah, or the rest of it, I don't know. Because I thought, wow, I've never seen that print before. And that is a really good white on white, you know, background fabric. Always got to think background blenders, right? I'm running out of room on my table. So a lot of times I keep this foam from, like, you know, the bedding, you put it underneath your sheet and stuff. I cut them up and I use them for foam. They're really cheap. You can get them really inexpensive. And I like to put them underneath these when I stack because I don't want my grandkids coming in here and trying to pull this down. And if there is foam or a block of wood or something underneath, they won't be able to. And I always tack these to the wall too, just so you know. I have a little thing up there that's holding this to the wall so that they cannot pull this down. They will not be able to. Even if my Roro is climbing, he ain't gonna pull it down. So I went and cut these, and so I'm just gonna lift the front up. So I'll put this under there like that. So pretend like a kid is climbing it. Yeah, this ain't going nowhere, especially once I get all that fabric on there. Once I get that desk out of here, I'm thinking that I can bring over the rolling cart that I bought at Joann Fabrics when they were going out of business. The big metal one that I bought for $5. I could probably put it right there and it'll free up the space in there. This is more fabric. This is my husband's favorite team, so yeah, this will go in the fabric pile. This is a hook. So I took all of that fabric that was in here and it's now on my table or down there on my floor in bins. What I'm gonna do right now is try to get through my flannel, and there's only like a couple pieces of canvas, if even that, in here. That is so sweet, right? So cute. And it says that it is organic. Isn't that sweet? Organic nursery, it says. So this is made with all organic cotton. I didn't even notice that when I bought it. It was on sale big time, so I think I bought the rest of the bolt. That's what I do. I buy them when they're on sale because I know that these light colors I can even use as batting within my quilts, because my family really likes the flannel batting because they like the drape of it. So whenever I see it on sale, oh yeah, I buy it. So I'm not really a grand folder, but you know, you get the idea. This is canvas, this is flannel. Oh yeah, this one I got on sale too. It's light again for batting, and it has little penguins on it. So cute. Okay, that's about as good as that's gonna get, because that's a lot of fabric there. Whew. So this is all the flannel that I found in there, but I know I have more, and it's buried on that table. Remember that stack that was over here? Yeah, it's in there somewhere, so I have to dig that out. But this I wanted to show you. I bought this at the Goodwill a while ago and washed it. I thought I was going to be putting it into like a batting inside of a quilt, but I decided the colors were too bright on it, and I just really didn't want to deal with it. It was only a couple bucks, so I'm going to give it back to the Goodwill because I'm not going to use it. No sense in me housing stuff I ain't going to use, right? This is part of my design wall from the other room. And since Di made me the new one, I don't really need this one anymore. So I put it up on this rack here. I'm thinking possibly I may bring my DX7 over here and, you know, just to keep it on hand and ready to go, because it's buried in my closet over in the other sewing room and it never gets used. So I may bring it over here and I can sew on it. Although I said that this spot was going to be for maybe that rack, but maybe it's for my DX7. I don't know. This is hard. And I also have the whole closet I can utilize too, because there's really nothing in there. I don't really use it because I like to see everything out where I know it's there. Because if I don't see it, I don't use it. As you can tell, a lot of my stuff is, you know, just buried because I can't see it, so I can't use it. So I did find the other pile of flannel, but it wasn't under there. It was over in the next room, because remember I was telling you I was making the flannel receiving blankets. Well, these have been washed already. So I'm going to put these in a pile. I have not gotten to these yet, but I will eventually. So even after my granddaughter's born, I will still make burp rags, you know, some nice fresh ones. And look at this one's pumpkin. It was on sale, all of it really. I mean, you can totally catch a really good flannel sale at Joann's. We'll put this in a bag, and I will put a piece of paper in there that says washed, so I remember that they've been washed. This is a whole bolt of flannel that I bought from Joann's the day that they closed. Like, I don't even know, like, it was so cheap. I mean, I want to say I may have paid like not even $10 for the whole thing. I don't know. Cheap, cheap. Over here, I moved that bin with that first set of flannel that I took out of there, put it nicely back in there, and then I did put this bin here, and the other one is down on the floor here because I think that's going to be my scrap bin where I'm just going to put any little thing that, you know, I don't know what to do with. Since I didn't have, you know, enough flannel to fill all 3 bins, I'm going to use one of these bins for like the minky type backing. So here's this bin, and then here's this. This was just one that I had opened up, but I never cut it, and it'll make a real nice soft, you know, backing to a quilt. Bag is not doing it justice, correct? So let's just take it out. I know I probably bought what was left, to be honest, because it was, there might even be 2 pieces. Is there 2 pieces? Because there was like a little remnant, I think, on it. No, maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. Oh my word, okay. Okay. No wonder it was spilling out of there. It might need its own container. Really soft though. I have some wrap. Oh, it's right here. Couldn't find this at first, but here's this wrap, and I use it when I mail things. You know, you can like shrink wrap it kind of. So that's what I think I'm going to do with this. Oh dear. So there we have it. It's all corralled, right? So I don't think it's going to fit over here, though. Maybe I'll stick it. Let me get rid of this over here. This might even go in the closet, now that I'm thinking of it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh, my word. I'm a whiner today. So let's just stick this up here for now until we can figure it out. This is just some leftover minky right here, and I have some down here, and so I'm just going to put it in the minky pile. A lot of times I save these long scraps for binding. Imagine a cotton quilt top and a cotton quilt backing. Well, you can soften up that quilt by just adding some minky plush binding, and minky doesn't fray, so once you sew it on, you can leave the raw edges or just trim it to fit. So here's how I've decided how to do this part. This is all novelty fabric, so I'm taking from the table everything that I pulled off from over here, and I'm putting a pile of novelty fabric, and that's anything that's just weird, like it's got team names on it, Minions, Kellogg's, you know, Nemo, and whatever. It's just not pretty flowery fabric, or you know what I mean, right? And I'm gonna just put it by color because I don't know how else to do it. It's just too much for me. So this is blue fabric, so I'm just gonna put it right here in the blue pile. And up here I have that white fabric, you know, the one that I had a lot of yardage of, and some other white fabric that I had quite a bit of. And I did put it in a bag because if I'm gonna leave it up there, I don't want the dust to layer on it. So you kind of, you know, do need to cover your fabric if it's gonna be top out in the open. But this should be fine in here because the other fabric is going to be covering it. So this is multi-fabric here, which just means it's got multiple colors. I've got pinks, reds, oranges and yellows, grays, blues, greens, and turquoise. And I do have a brown pile. Where is it? This is my brown pile. I did put it in a bag because I dislike the color brown. I only pull it out when I do like a fall quilt and I need some kind of brown. Oh, and this is Goodwill pile here. You know, you all don't want that fabric, so I'm not going to put that up on eBay. This one has little houses on it. This is from, who's this from? Crafty Gemini, I think, right? Timeless, no, yeah, Crafty Gemini. So this is from Crafty Gemini. This is from my mom when she was ordering a lot from her. So this is really cute. This is from Crafty Gemini. This is from Crafty Gemini. So I'm sure, you know, I'll find something to do with these. This is from Crafty Gemini. So I'm going to say this is yellow. So I'm going to put that there. This is yellow too. Now I'm not folding these perfectly because they're all not folded the same. And I don't have time to really take and do it all. Just if I can get it in this, you know, semi-organized way. And look at this. This is pretty. This is from Crafty Gemini too. It's pretty, right? Yeah, it's nice. I'll be making something with that. I don't know what yet, but something. Gray goes here. And then I also have a black pile, and that black pile's right here. Look how cute this is. Little irons. Yep. So cute. Oh, we don't have time to look at fabric, friends. Oh, we don't. Maybe a few. Maybe a few we'll have time for. So this is mostly black with red on it, so I'm going to put it with the black. I think I'm going to maybe keep all of my batiks in one spot, just because. I don't know. What do you think? This is a batik here. So we'll just put this up here. Gray, and then this is pink. I love this fabric. This is one of my ultimate favorites right here. This is from Japan, and it's Lacion, I think is how they pronounce it. Did I save the salvage, I hope? Yeah, okay, so this is Antique Flower Collection in Pastel by Lacion, made in Japan. Look at this fabric. Oh, it's to die for, right? You can see I'm saving every little bit of it because I love it so much, and it's getting harder and harder to come by. I don't even know if you can get it anymore, really. Novelty, horses, camping. This green we can put in the pile. Here's some deer heads. This one, I keep forgetting. I should send it to Di. She loves it. I probably will. It's the Kellogg's Corn Flakes. It's 2015. Sassy Ladies, it's called. Kellogg Springs Creative Groups. Yeah, I don't know. Sassy Ladies Toss. I don't know if you can see that. She really likes this fabric, I think. That's what she said. I don't know if I'll ever use it. So it's probably going to come her way in the next package that I send her. Sewing machines, right? Cute. This was Dan Morris, yep. Had little novelty sewing stuff on it. Here's some thimbles. Ooh, wouldn't that be cute to make a pouch for your hand stitching, right? Because you use thimbles and stuff. Yeah, I like that. Here's some spools of thread. And here is a button toss right there. Here is, I believe, Liberty, yeah. This is Liberty of London right here. Cute. Little fat quarter looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. This is K Facet. I'm not really that big of a fan, but this fabric's all right. This one, I'll use this one somewhere. I had this panel right here. Wherever we roam, our camper is our home. Cute, right? Well, it's day 3, friends, and I've been working hard all day, but I didn't have my camera on because, honestly, I just needed to get this done. It's not perfect, and it's not, you know, 100% done, but it's at least 90% done, I would say. So I worked all day. I'm all showered up and ready to go. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to have anything left over to share with you all. This is a bunch of scraps that I went through. It took me a long time to sort through what I was keeping and what I wasn't. You know, it was a lot. I still have even yet more. I may add to this. I don't know yet. But this is the bin that I'm going to be putting on eBay. I'm thinking I can get 3 good size bags out of it, but I have my scale here so that I can weigh them out so that they're all just about the same. So that way you all can go bid on them. I'll start them at 99-cent auction. Whoever wants them, whoever wins, can have them. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Right off the bat, I'm seeing this right here, which was my mother's, and she had pre-cut this, and this will all be in one bag because it all goes together, you know, and it's just scraps. Think crumbs and scraps. Here's a partial jelly roll strip package, and it has, you know, what you see there. So that'll go in another package. So I'm thinking I'm going to make 3 bins up, but I'm just going to dump this out and we'll just get right to it. This is just too much for your girl, really. Oh dear. Okay, they're going to come just like this. I'm not going to iron them. They're going to come wrinkled, but I wanted to share with you here that I did throw in some of these Cafe facets that I had on hand. I think that's it. There's a little bit of yardage in here, but not much. It's mostly crumbs and scraps. I'm going to keep all of the Cafe in one package of scraps. So these are all fat quarters right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that you know for sure. So there's going to be this bin, this one, and then this one. I'm just going to pile up. Oh my goodness, this is a lot. These have all come from different projects that I've had over the years and just different things. Like you'll see there's whole 5-inch squares in here. I mean, there's a lot that have sewn together pieces, a lot of random jelly strips, and I'm just gonna, you know, divvy them up. Because I cannot have all this. I mean, I'll show you in the reveal here in a minute the box that I did keep of scraps, right? I mean, I just can't keep them all. I'm just going to try to even them up before I go and weigh them. Okay, here's my scale. So let me shove these in the bag and shove them down in there and see what we get as far as a weight. And these are just random. I'm telling you, there's no rhyme or reason. They're just all random. The only thing that's different is that these whole pieces that I showed you in the beginning, like these. Some of it's designer fabric, some of it's Joann, Hobby Lobby, and whatnot. So you're getting a whole rainbow of things here. Some of these are crumbs that, you know, that I would normally keep. So probably like nothing like less than probably 1 inch, I'm thinking. I have another whole thing of scraps in the other room too. Crazy. Plus I have my scrap wall of fame, right? You'll see I was doing some hexi blocks here, hexagon blocks with like the kaleidoscope. Those are in here. There's no time for all of it, right? So it's all in here. Oh, this one had the cape, right? Yeah. This one's 215. So let's see. This one's 3. Haha! They're all 3 pounds. I will get these all listed on eBay with the other stuff that I have listed on eBay from this, you know, clean out. If you end up being the winner, make sure you pay for it because that messes the whole process up, right? So if you win it, pay for it because I don't want to have to relist this stuff. Okay, friends, my purifier is working overtime with all this fabric dust that I've been kicking up over here. But it's time for the final reveal. So let's pan this way. And that's what you first see now instead of, you know, all that stuff everywhere. There's my light though, all set up so that there's good lighting. Let's go ahead and walk in. There's nothing behind my door now. There is this bin right here that I still have to go through. That was that catch-all that I didn't know what went where, but there's my quilt showing right away because it's so pretty. And there's my table. It's all cleared off. That's where I just was, right there, weighing up all the bags. Check it out, friends. Looks pretty neat there, right in the corner. That is my Juki DX7 on the table. I did bring this table from my other sewing room and took the desk in my other sewing room that was here, because I wanted to set up my DX so that I could use it and maybe use some of those decorative stitches and things. I mean, I really don't have a need for all that, but if I want to, I want to be able to do that, right? So this area is all cleaned up, and I did pop my inside out jelly roll strip quilt up there on the rack. The gray design wall is still behind it, so if I ever need to do anything, you know, on the design wall while I'm in this room, I have it. And then this over here is all the fabric that was in the room. And I didn't pull any from the other room just yet. You know, it's a work in progress, right? So I did color code everything just because it's going to be a lot easier for me. There's the colors, there's the white up there. The zippers are still up there from earlier and all that I did earlier in the video. The only difference is I do have some Christmas scraps that are on eBay for sale too. They're right there in the box. And I have quilting books that are on eBay. So I did put those things up there so that they're accessible. And then you can see here I have some fairy frost and all that. That's online too. Those are fat quarters and yardage. Here's some quilt backings and some minkies. There's all my novelty fabric in there. Christmas scraps, fall fabric, all my Christmas yardage. I have way too much. Back here, what is back there? Oh, there's some more minky stuff back in there in that corner. And my flannels up here. And I did unload all of the batiks that were in that bin and pulled out all of my layer cakes that I got from my mom, and all the jelly rolls and all that are in there, and the charm packs. This bin down here has all of my interfacings and vinyls and different things like that. If I pan back, there's the 3 bags that I just weighed up that are 3 pounds each. So I just don't have a space up here just yet. Maybe I'll shove it in here. I don't know. But here's the closet. I did put the cardboard for the starching back in there. My batiks are in bags, sorted in there kind of. I have some felt here. I put the zippers down here because I'm not using the zippers just yet. There is my bin full of strapping, elastic, and ribbon. And that's another bin that I need to go through. That's right next to it. And I never did go through the embroidery backing stuff and all that. And that's a UFO down there. We're not going to get to that. So that's the door over there. That's my mirror that's in here. And that's the whole room. Oh, wait. I told you I was going to show you all my scraps that I kept, right? Yeah, there they are. They can stay in their dirty little corner, like a dirty little secret, right? Oh my goodness, it's just too much. I mean, you saw what I put in those bags, and now we have all this. I mean, just, it's deep, friends. It's deep. It's deep. Plus I have like, this is all my Disney fabric in here, but it's all like scrap fabric. This is from a quilt that I did a while ago that I saved the scraps from, and I keep them in bags. But yeah, it's just too much. That's why I totally had to put them up for auction, some of my scraps, because I just have to get rid of them. Yep. Well, friends, no doubt this was a hard few days for me. I know we all struggle with where to keep all of our stuff and how to manage all of our fabric and all that. But can I tell you, it's not a perfect process. Not at all. Because we're human. And we think we may need something and then we really don't. And you know the drill, right? Every now and again, it's really good to just go through everything and just purge. I feel like I no longer have to shut the door on my second sewing room. Thank you so much for coming along with me And no judging now, you hear? Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.